me hope you had a great day. I'm Dr. Miriam Smith, and I've been out for a little while. However, I've chosen to talk tonight on grief. I'll be having a little series, grief series, for a little while. In that I know for sure that there are many, many individuals who are experiencing grief right now, including myself. Like 3 close friends passed just recently, middle age and young. It's pretty painful, hurtful. But for those who are faith-based, I just like to entitle Walking Through the Valley and Understanding the Process of Grief. And Psalm 23 says, 23 and verse 4 say, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. I want to welcome you to the series. I'm Dr. Miriam Smith on this beautiful station, this beautiful platform, Empower New Nurses. So, just recently, I was in the hospital visiting my friend, the youngest of the 3 I'm talking about this time. And mom was there, her mom, her family members, but she was critically ill. And so we went through the process. So I'm saying to my young nurse, whether it's the patient, whether it's a loved one, whether it's a family member, that space is empty now. And so there's another phase that has started. But before all of this happened, we realized that time is critical. Time is critical. And it's also a process, what one goes through at this time. And I said, I'm just talking about grieving tonight because I've lost, and I know many individuals are grieving right now because there are some commonalities. And tonight I'll talk of the series that I'll be presenting. I'll just talk on one area, and that is denial. This episode tonight, I definitely talk about denial. We all have experienced death in one way or the other, or the loss of a loved one, or it's a divorce, but tonight I'll definitely be talking about denial. Now, when we think of grieving, it's so painful, and it goes through. There are many stages of grief. First, we have denial. Then we have anger. Then we have bargaining and depression. Depression and then acceptance. So when we think of this, we think of acceptance comes last. So at this time, when we think of denial, that's the first thing that happens. This can be real. They are saying this cannot be real. For example, you have your friend, or you have your family member, your dad, your mom, your sister, your brother, your friend, whoever that is. And you've come to the realization they're saying to you that that person passed. And you're saying, no. First, it shocks you because it's unexpected. And so you're saying, this is not real. But I'm reminding you tonight that the Lord is close to the brokenhearted, and he saved those who are crushed in spirit. And of course, you're saddened. You have just lost someone, so you are saddened. And Psalm 34 and verse 18 tells us how close he is to us. So Denial. Denial often comes like a fog. It protects us from the full weight of the loss too soon. It may sound like this: they can't be gone. It's not true. This isn't happening at all. But denial isn't a weakness. It's definitely not a weakness. It's the heart's way of coping, of the surviving, and to put the reality in place. It's too painful to accept at once. Okay? It's too painful to accept at once. In this episode tonight, we'll talk why denial happens, what it looks like, and how God patiently walks us through our unbelief, never rushing us, never, never rushing us. So let's think of it this way. Let's be practical. So you have heard your friend passed. It's like somebody hit you in the chest because no, that's not true. That's what your inner person is saying to you. No, it's not true. It is so painful. It is so shocking. And that's what the denial part is focused on. Different episodes, I'll be going through the stages. Because after denial, it's going to come anger. And after anger, going to come bargaining. And after bargaining, depression. And after that, acceptance. However, they might not all come in that sequence. It might not all come A, B, C, D. They might fluctuate. They might come at different points. But acceptance is the last. So right now, when we talk about denial, we're there, might be just staring at the person's, at the deceased, not saying a word, still in shock. Or if you heard it and you never got the opportunity to go and see the patient and see your friend or so, it's a little different. But you're at that time in a mindset of no, 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 no. It's not true. It's not true. But you're saying it's not happening to me. It's not happening. It's not true. And you might go through that process for a while, denying the reality. But in truth, it is a reality. So we were at this bedside for a long while, the most recent one, and that's just last week. So we were at the bedside for a long time, very long time, supporting one another, supporting the family, until talking and crying and weeping and just offering some solace to each other. And then finally, there, the nurse and the nurses, they came, they told us how sorry they were, but there was a time after they gave us quite a while to be there. They had to be able to go forward in the care of the deceased. And so that was that part of it. But people are still in shock, still in shock. So I'm just encouraging you to remember that each case is different. The reactions will be different. No one person, no two persons act exactly the same way. And each person needs some space during this time. I know for sure there are many right now who are grieving. Some have not been, friends have not been funeralized as yet. That's yet to come. Others have passed, and it's a stage. So do not compare yourself with others during this time, because everyone will react differently. So my encouragement to you is press together. Just remember that you're not alone. There are others who will be there with you to support you, and be of good courage. Blessings. Blessings. In my book, also, I have a segment there that deals with the grieving process. So if you have not gotten your book yet, the book looks like this. Nurse, the guide to empowering new nurses in the delivery of high quality care to all patients, contains some content of that nature. Just reminding you also that if you have not yet taken your copy, picked up your copy from Amazon, it's a bestseller. You can get your copy there. It's there for anyone. So be encouraged. You can connect with me on YouTube, Miriam Amanda Smith. On Connect with me on Podcast Mirror, that is Instagram, and also on podcast, which is Empowering New Nurses. So my new nurse, my friends and others, whether you're a nurse or not, we all experience grief, loss of loved one, loss of our patients from the nursing perspective. Yes, and we also feel, we also empathize, we sympathize, and we're hurt because we become connected and there's been a relationship with our patients. And so because we care, we also feel it. Although many times we have to keep going, keep going, keep going, but we also experience the hurt and the pain. So be encouraged and remember, it will take time, and different people, different time for different individuals. Don't rush it. After a while, it may be a longer time than others. If there's no change and the hurt is, you might need some extra, apart from the support, you might need some therapy, extra professional therapy. Thanks for listening and be blessed. Bye-bye.